The new Mechwarrior 5 Clans Gamescom trailer has been out for a couple of days. Let's go watch it together and then go scene by scene for all the details you might have missed when you were watching it on your own, but that's why I'm here. Let's go!
How much of your humanity are you willing to give to see tyranny fall?
That's a very sad beard on that man.
We are Smoke Jaguar. Willing to tear everything down.
Your mission system. There's the planning HUD.
They shall tremble before our might.
Lots of interesting stuff going on there. There's the fight against the dropship.
This is the
new
clan
mission
way.
briefing. That's a medium aerial fighter. We'll talk about that later. We already know these guys from Mechwarrior 5 mercs. Tag and narc functionality was in there a little bit earlier. I wonder if these aircraft fighters are going to do something useful. These are, of course, rendered sequences. Here we have the new mech lab. There's so much stuff in there. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. That was kind of cool.
Incoming missile. New target.
Somebody just pressed an alpha strike button.
Zelensky's justice comes. We were made for this.
Alright. Mechwarrior 5 Clans, October 3rd. So, I'm gonna tune down the volume now, and we're gonna go through this trailer bit by bit, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, especially on the mech side, the HUD side, and the mech lab side. So, let's do it. The trailer starts, by the way, exactly like it finishes, with the little cut of the summoner dying. They're using neuro helmets of a very interesting design. This looks very different from what we've seen in Mechwarrior 5 Clans so far. Let's see, is there anything other? Oh, Piranha Games logo. We've known that for a long time now. One of the biomes, this one here seems to be like a lush canyon kind of biome that they used in Mechwarrior 5 mercs already. I don't know what kind of building that is. Seems to be... I mean, this must be either transmitting building or something like that. Or maybe it's a monument, who knows. Someone, of course, walking forward right now. By the way, can we just take a second to talk about the sounds that the mechs are making? I think from the trailer that we had, the mech steps, this plink, 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 to me sounds a little bit too high-pitched. I think it needs more bass rumble as a stomping around. The plink plink sounds too artificial to me. Alright, now we can talk about the HUD. Okay, so I'm gonna remove myself for a second so you guys can see this full screen. Let's talk about a couple of things that we're seeing here. We are currently seeing, first and foremost, of course, a targeting reticle. It's at 1x magnification. Distance to target 206 meters right here. We've got our heat gauge over here. We've got our... I don't know what that is supposed to be. 43, probably our forward speed right now. Then we have, of course, up top our heading, northwest, east, south, but also a heading number, which is really nice because that way when you're playing co-op with your friends, you can just tell them, hey, there's a light mech at 220, and everybody knows exactly what location you mean. On the left side, we see our battle mechs. Well, not our battle mechs, our omni mechs. This is Clans anyways. So we see the mechs in here. We see that Matt is currently piloting the summoner, and of course we will have 5 mechs in our lands, or star in this case, because once again it's the clans. Inner Sphere lands, 4 mechs, Mechwarrior, 5 clans or clan battle unit. The smallest one is the star, which is going to be 5 mechs, as a star has 5 points. We can see the health on those mechs. I mean, there's a little heart symbol here, but I think that's mech health and not pilot health. We can also see that there are a couple of symbols right here, like moving towards a shield, whatever that means, protect maybe, and then also another logo that has a missile on it. Maybe that's like long range style or whatever. We can see what kind of mechs are available. We've seen a couple of them already in screenshots. For example, the Direwolf was on screenshots. In this lands, we have a Summoner. We've got a Mad Dog. We've got a Stormcrow, Shadowcat, and an Adder. So Adder, Light Mech, Shadowcat, Stormcrow, medium mechs. Mad Dog is a heavy, and the Summoner also a heavy. Then we have the mech health down here. Front and back side. Of course, the front is going to be flipped again, so this is going to be the right side of your mech. This is going to be the left side of your mech, because you're looking at it from the front. And on top, of course, you have your cockpit. On the rear, it should be the actual... It shouldn't be flipped. Is this flipped on the rear as well? That's gonna be weird. Because this looks to me, up here we have the cockpit, right? So this makes no sense, guys. This makes no sense. I think that's a mistake. The cockpit should be over here. The cockpit should be over here. If you take this mech and flip it around, the cockpit needs to be over here. So this is 100% a mistake. Probably something that was like early production or whatever. I'm pretty sure they've done that by now correctly, but this is 100% a mistake. The cockpit would be up here because this is your right side torso and this is your right arm. Alright, hey, mistake spotted. Nice. Then down here we have, of course, also the F1 button to order all your mechs, and then the F2 through F5 to order the 4 star mates that you have. Down here, radar, you see your mech's viewing arc, you see your mech's orientation for your legs. And what's interesting to me here is the radar itself does not have a map overlay. It's just a battle overlay in terms of like just where are the targets. You will see friends, you will see enemies apparently, but no terrain. The only thing you see is this red border, which is probably the border of the map. The B button right now would toggle the battle grid, and the tab button would toggle scan mode, which is another mode that's going to be used to scan targets as part of the missions. And then on the right side, we've got our weapons loadout screen. You can see that we have an ERPPC, an LB10 XAC, LRM-15, and melee is back as well because we have a clan lower heavy arm, clan heavy lower arm left and right with 17 meters range. It also shows the type of weapon, so ERPPC, energy weapon, LB10 is a ballistic weapon with the bullets right here, the LRM-15 has a little missile icon, and then the melee stuff has an axe icon. We can see the ranges as well. ERPPC, infinite up close, up to 0 meters, up to 1620. The LB10, if I'm seeing this correctly, no, this is not the range. No, this is misleading. This is misleading. This is the ammo. This is your ammo, and this is your maximum range. So, ERPPC, infinite ammo, LB10, 59 rounds, LRM-15, 540 rounds, and of course the melee is infinite. And this is your maximum range right here. Minimum range is not shown, which makes sense because none of these clan weapons probably have a minimum range, not like Mechwarrior Online, where there is such a thing as a minimum range for some weapons. So, I think that needs to be made a little bit more clear, for example, by having like a little bit up here that says weapon, type, ammo, range. It's not a huge problem, but it's something that people could trip over. You can also see your arms reticle right here. So the ERPPC and the LB10s are in the arm, and then the LRM-15, that is your torso reticle right here. It's a little bit different right here because apparently, like, what's the arm and what's not the arm right here? I can't really tell. What's the torso, what's the arm right here? I couldn't tell you right now from a stopped image, but we'll keep playing it in a sec here. There's a different screen for editing your weapon groups, so we won't be able to do this on just the download battle screen anymore. You will have to do this on a different screen now. So we can bind weapons to different weapon groups. For example, the LB10 is on weapon group 1, ERPPC right here with that pip on weapon group 2, LM15 is on 3, and weapon group 4 is the melee. You can also see, as this dropship is coming down, that apparently this base also has a lot of big turrets. I wonder if we have to fight against those turrets in the future. And Unreal Engine 5 looks great. Looks great. Let's see if those reticules move at all. Huh. Maybe they're both locked right now. Maybe this is the pip in between here is the arms and the outside is the torso. I'm not a fan of that triple loadout though. Like, I like the pips coming in from the top, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom more. It just gives a better visual representation, I feel. Alright, moving forward. Now we're in a menu screen. Let's let this go on a little bit further. Oh, that's too far. Come back. Baby, come back. That's okay, we'll just pull it back. Alright. So, how far can we go? Up until here. Okay, I told you. Screen by screen, picture by picture. So now we're in Mission Central, this screen is called. And I think this is the name of the planet. It says next drop, 5 cycles, no mission currently selected. And these are the available missions on that particular planet. You have a trial of possession. You have an assault on a pirate's bay. Investigation, target acquisition, you need to find out what the target is and then probably shoot it. Recovery, traffickers, probably people trading in stolen goods or whatnot. Scouting down here and so on. So you have this planet and you can select what you want to do. My question would be, like, are these all optional missions? Are these all story missions and you can just choose the sequence on which you do these? Or are these just missions to farm a little bit in between? That, unfortunately, is not clear from the screen. But it's a cool thing that you can select missions now, and it looks a lot better and a lot more beautiful right now, at least as what we've seen before. And of course, the briefings should all be, hopefully, done in a manner that benefits a story game, meaning that those briefings will be presented to you and not just a field of text, and that's it. Up here we have Mission Central, that is our mission selection screen. We've got facilities, barracks, social, archives. Up here we've got our, what is that, Kerensky bucks, Kerensky sea builds. Then there's another symbol right here, a star symbol. Maybe that's like some kind of like renown or some other kind of resource, or maybe like morale. Or maybe that's your maximum tonnage for your lands, I don't know. And then over here we've got another symbol. This is a star, like a medal. 0 out of 125, maybe this is medals that you can collect. And your current lance level. And there's something missing right here. Maybe they cut this one out. The text over here. Maybe this is achievements. Or feats of strength or whatever. Doesn't matter. So I'm gonna do a little bit of like, what could this mean? I'm gonna speculate a little bit. Archives. This might be just recorded mission briefings and recorded in-game sequences. Yeah. So for example, what the archives do in StarCraft 2, where you can watch all the nice videos back, right? Social, maybe that is to invite your friends. That could be a friend screen. Barracks is where you will interact and manage your star mates. And facilities is probably where you will be able to mess around in stuff like the Mech Bay. Okay, moving forward. Next screen right here. We see a mission briefing. And that is something that I've said the first time I laid eyes on Mechwarrior 5 and we've played it a little bit. I would love briefings in this format where people actually standing around a map and actually useful intel is given to you that later on then also is there in the particular level that you're playing. So, for example, if you show me a stronghold, the stronghold's gonna be where it's gonna be on that sequence, and maybe some info is faulty or whatnot. You could do some really nice stories with that. We'll see. We'll see. So this one is a mission where you have to investigate raiders, apparently. All right. So, by the way, the whole Smoke Jacket campaign, as far as I understand it, is gonna be like the initial push of the clans into the inner sphere. The question is how long is this gonna take and how far is this gonna go, because we all know the storyline. Is this gonna end on the homeworld of the Draconis Combine? Or is this gonna go further than that? We don't know. but yeah, kind of Smoke Jaguar, I think, were the guys that were going up against the Draconis Combine big time. Okay. Big dropship landing. Big machinery in the back. Nice looking planet. Reminds me a little bit of a certain Mechwarrior online map. I love the scenery right here. The only thing I would criticize that just rubs me a little bit wrong is the trees aren't moving. There was no movement in the trees as this giant dropship is coming down. Just a little bit of shaking would be nice. Okay, now we have a new drop here. I'm gonna remove myself again for a sec, and we will talk about what we see. First and foremost, we see a little bit more here. The mech being used is a Timberwolf. 81 kph, standard Timberwolf speed. This is our speed gauge, heat gauge, as we talked about. Down here are your weapon pips. These are your firing groups. There should be 5 groups right now. Yeah, there are 5 groups set for the mech, as you can see over here. And these are your 5 weapon groups, and if they're ready, they will be green. If they're not ready, they will be black. The mechs in this particular dance are a Timberwolf, a Hellbringer, a Summoner, a Nova, and a Mad Dog. And they have different orders here. There's a star commander right here, and there are little circles with an arrow up. So that indicates to me, follow the leader. So I think this is a follow the leader kind of formation right now. And we see that the Hellbringer has a little ECM logo. And then once again this projectile right here. Maybe that's just the aggressive stance or engage at will stance. Up on the left we have our primary mission objective, advance on Nav Point Bravo. And if you've ever played one of the old school Mechwarrior games, Nav Alpha reached, mission successful, like Mechwarrior 2 Mercs for example, you will love that, because this is just a nice homage to those old games. We can see where we need to go. There's a nav point right here. It's also going to show up in the radar, of course, on the compass as well. Your landsmates will also show up on the compass, so you know do you need to turn right or left to turn towards a specific target. Down here, we've got our radar again. Once again, it shows us the boundaries of the level and targets and whatnot, but not the terrain. The one thing that this is personal taste now. This is personal taste, so take this with a grain of salt. The thing that annoys me a little bit is this pulsing animation of the radar. You've got this like highlighted light or dark green circle that keeps going outward and keeps going outward. And I've watched a little bit of the trailer. It seems it doesn't do anything. Like with this pulse, you would think, okay, it's refreshing where the targets are on your radar, but no, it's not refreshing that at all. It's just an animation, and I think that's not needed. I think that's completely pointless. If it's just an animation to be an animation, it should be removed from the UI because it's more an annoyance than a help. Alrighty. Right hand side. Weapons for this particular Timberwolf. It doesn't say which kind of model this is or which kind of omnipods they're using. We see that we've got 2 ER large lasers, 2 ER mediums, 2 LRM-20s, 2 machine guns, a medium pulse laser that might be CT mounted together with the machine guns or side torso, and then 2 heavy lower arms for melee bashing. And once again, these weapons right here are in your arms with the little arms reticle, and this right here is your torso stuff. The thing that I would say is a little bit questionable to me is they put the melee weapons into the torso area, but they're technically not. They're technically arm-mounted weapons, so they should actually be listed up here in my opinion. Not a huge problem, but a logical thing, like where do you put them? I think they just put them down there because they're probably the least used weapons, right? Other than that, once again, not sure which reticle is which. Kind of hard to see. I also would say that as far as the reticle itself is concerned, I find this a little bit too thin. Like, some of the elements of the new HUD I like and I have no problems with, but specifically with the reticles and whatnot, we'll have to see more scenes of course, but this looks a little bit on the weaker side. Not as visible as it should be in my opinion, especially in the lighter areas. Would love to be able to change the color of the HUD, by the way. That should be a simple function that the game ships with, but I'm guessing it's probably not gonna be. Yeah, here we go. So now we have an idea of this overview map. What do they call it in-game? Battle Grid, I believe. Yeah, they call it Battle Grid. So, you can see your currently selected teammate, in this case Mia, in her Hellbringer. It says 8 out of 8. I wonder if this is weapon systems or if that are intact or what that is supposed to be. I'm guessing weapon systems because the Summoner, 3 out of 3. That Summoner before had an LB10, it had a LRM launcher, LM15, and it had a PPC, I believe. So 3 out of 3 would be the weapon systems. It gives you the current status information for all of these 4 mechs. And this mech is now selected to go to this particular spot. That's exactly what people were asking for in Mechwarrior 5 for a long time, being able to order your teammates around and give them spots where they need to go. So, eye in the sky, and you order your people around. Once again, of course, we have our mech health right here, 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 and here. We have our objectives on that same screen. Investigate last known location of 2nd Jaguar regulars, so we're looking for friends of ours. Destroy unknown raiders and scan the fallen allied mechs. Alright. And we're now sending our people in here, and we see a couple of targets here. I don't know if these are vehicles or mechs. I can't really say from the size of it, but this looks like a small vehicle, maybe a slightly bigger vehicle. And this mech is being sent in to investigate. You can move your camera with WASD or with your joypad or joystick, depending on whether you play it on console or on PC, and the game is going to come out on both systems or all the systems at the same time, so everybody will get to enjoy it at the same time. And you can use your mouse wheel to zoom and the Z button or Y button, in case you're using a European keyboard, to toggle the map legend. Alright. Also, button 5 can be used to order all mechs around. And once again, you can see the current setting in terms of firing and the current setting in terms of where they go, all still set to follow. Does this change anything? It doesn't change anything. There's a move command given, but this mech is still on follow the commander. Unless this is just a default behavior that it then goes back to once the mech reaches that position. I'm not really sure. Let's see if you see anything else. Nope. It's gone too quickly, unfortunately. Alright, next screen. This is interesting. We've got a radial menu here. Well, that's a console thing. What we can see right here is that this is mech orders. All mechs, mech 1, mech 2, mech 3, or mech 4. Then you've got this symbol right here, which I don't know what that is gonna be. Whether that's gonna be like record a video or something, I don't know. Sure looks like it. Up here, no idea. I can only speculate. Maybe this is formation. And then over here, something that looks like an options menu. What we can see now is somebody targeted. This is a Phoenix Hawk 1, 2 machine guns, medium lasers times 2 and a large laser. Damaged in the CT. Once again, we'll have the same look as we have in Mechwarrior Online, so everything is green, it's fine. Once it's getting yellow towards red and then destroyed, and then the internal components are gonna have the same thing. For example, this cockpit has no armor left because there's no border around it, and it's yellow, which means that it's already been damaged. Same mission still. Like I said, the radar doesn't show terrain, and once again, like it has this pulsing thing that I don't like because it doesn't seem to serve a certain purpose. Okay, hang on, maybe let's go back here. So he selects, I think, all star mates. Yep, this is played on PC, by the way. And then he goes to attack target. What do we have? Attack target. No idea what that is. This is probably follow the leader. This is defend that position or go to that position. This is hold fire. And this is bask in the glory of my mech. And once again, we have the reticle. So you've got this little, like, almost like a bracket for the arm. This is your arm mounts right here, this tiny thing. And then the, like I said, this, for lack of better term, Mercedes crosshair that had the middle removed from it, where it goes down from the top and then from the bottom like this. That's gonna be your torso mounts, which of course is a lot more inaccurate than other options that they could have chosen. So yeah, that. And this right here apparently is the orientation of your mech torso, I would say. This is your legs, and this would be your upper part of the torso as it's rotating. I think this part of the UI, the crosshair and this, is just too thin. It's too hard to see. Especially on a map like this, like you gotta realize that this is too hard to see, of course. And what we have here is a couple of like small vehicles. This looks like a little missile launcher right here, maybe an SRM-6 launcher, whatnot. No idea what that one is. There's our Phoenix Hawk. It says regular right here. That's probably like the difficulty level of that mech. And we once have have these pips right here. I'm guessing like if it's a empty pip, that's a light mech. If the lower half is filled, it's a medium. If the upper half is filled, it's a heavy. And if it's completely filled, it's an assault mech probably. Game itself looks good. A little bit yellow washed right now, but that is just due to the planet. We can see that just other targets, like over here we have a light mech target, I believe, and on the right these two guys right here are just marked with a little chevron, and then the mech goes to Talon. Now we've got a lock on the missiles, and the missiles get fired. That was double LRM-20s, right? Looking good. Alright, next scene, what do we get to see? Same mission. Crosshair being crossed out, as in don't shoot at your friends. Now we see an enemy catapult, 2 small lasers, 2 LRM-20 stream up here. Scan the fallen, so that's the same mission, scan the remaining fallen mechs, destroy all 5th ALAG forces, and optional, seek cover from LRM attack. Yeah, don't get learned. And right here we've got a couple of enemy aircraft coming in. Interesting. Also dropship just leaving. Once again, same mission. Nothing much changed right here. There is a big dropship right now where we're apparently fighting under against the Zeus. 2 medium lasers, 1 large laser, AC5 LRM-15. Over here, this looks to me... What is that? That's not a Kintaro, is it? No, that's a an enforcer, I think, right here. Let's see. Zeus is completely filled. You got the rectangle and the fully filled symbol. And this right here, once again, medium mech. You got your rectangle with the little pip in there. And this icon right here, I think that's under ECM cover. Like ECM disrupted. And here is the fight against the dropship. You have to take down the medium laser turrets. This is 5 medium lasers crammed into a turret. That's actually creepy. That Union dropship. It's not an easy fight. If you guys played Mechwarrior for Mercs, you will remember there is one mission where you have to go up against the dropship as well, and that dropship will put the fear of God in you because it shoots at you with heavy Gauss. And now our mech is shutting down because we shot a little bit too fast and too much. Emergency heat procedure activated, maximum heat threshold reached. Weapons disabled, mech shutting down. Good night. Alright, once again, mission briefing. I have nothing against the way that they're doing their mission briefings, this looks cool. Now we're finally switching to a different map. This is apparently somewhere in the German Alps. looks very nice. Fighting against the Wolverine 6R, medium laser SRM-6, AC5 burst fire. So they're keeping all the weapons that mechs would have had from like Mechwarrior 5 Mercs. Same lands, I believe. No, Timberwolf, Shadowcat, Viper. So the Viper's in this as well. Stonecrow and Nova. Just trying to see if there's anything new that we haven't talked about yet. Engaging the Wolverine. He's dead now. Okay. Skull symbols. These are targets that need to be destroyed. Primary mission targets. Cripple the enemy bombers. And kill a base of Ryugawa elements. Ryugawa, of course, being a Draconis Combine unit. So what I'm seeing here, these are enemy bombers that you have to destroy. Question is, will they be able to fly beforehand or not? And I think the question is, what is it? It's a Jagatai fighter? Jagatai fighter. Okay. That's a different one though. This one has AC2s and a PPC. 2 AC2s and a PPC. It's a different fighter though, because we're gonna see a different model later on flying around. So now we can see like the planning. The plan is just go to the tarmac and shoot everything. I wonder if this is a mech repair station, by the way. This looks a little bit like one. And these right here, there's a chevron here. These should be targets you can shoot. And these, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, are Shilon or Shylon medium fighters. I'm pretty sure I'm right. They've got a very distinct shape. A little bit like the Cylon Raiders from the olden days. Ooh, and there's a Viper target. That's very nice. We can see what kind of weapon systems it has. The Viper comes with AMS, SRM4, 2 machine guns, and 2 medium pulse lasers. Why does it say MP laser, not clan MP laser? Probably because the clans just don't view their tech as clan tech, but just tech. Maybe. Once again, triple Shylons up here. Prevent enemy bombers from escaping. These ones don't have chevrons though, so you probably won't be able to shoot them, which is a little bit of a sad thing. I would love to be able to shoot these out of the air. Maps look nice though. Fight against a catapult. This one is armed with 2 LRM-15s, although it only has 1 because it's already been blown off, and the side torso is almost ready to pop off as well. Poor little mech right there. Buy time to allow systems override. Okay, so this is part of the mission. These fighters, once again, are they dropping some? What is that? Oh, that's birds. That's birds flying in the air. I was like, is this anti-air? Is this German flag? Nope, it's just birds flying around, apparently. Okay. Then, of course, we've got our everyone's darling that knows them from Mechwarrior 5 Mercs. The VTOLs are back. These ones look a lot nicer than the ones from Mechwarrior 5 Mercs, though. Now, if you've ever fought VTOLs, this is interesting. This is interesting, and I like that a lot. You target the VTOL. You see the weapon systems, 2 APPCs. It's got ECM, regular level, but it gives you these little triangle markers. And I think this is like the clan version of special targeting, enhanced imaging. Activate enhanced imaging, because this basically tells you where the weak points are on these VTOLs. The weak points are both engines. That's nice. Oh, and here are repair bays. Do you see that? There's a little repair bay marker right here and right here. So these are mech repair bays that you could use to repair your mech. Most likely, because otherwise there wouldn't be a hard marker there for that. Otherwise it's still the same mission. Also says optional, utilize the repair bay. So you can repair, or you could send a landsmate to get their mech repaired. For example, Liam at 89%. I wonder if you still have the same option that you had in Mechwarrior 5 Mercs, by the way, where you were allowed to switch into other mechs if your main mech got destroyed. That would be nice to have again as well. Yeah, you're supposed to take down these so-called fighters, or so-called VTOLs. Alright. That looks pretty cool. Yep, it looks pretty darn cool. And now, of course, he's going for the engines. They actually, if you see this, the engine was targeted right here. The rotors themselves were targeted. That is interesting. So you can target subsystems on those larger enemies where they have like multiple weak points. Interesting. That's kind of cool. Not gonna do much because once you know, you just shoot for that spot, but still nice to know. This is not the spot you want to hit. You want to hit up here at the engine. Poof! There goes the weasel. Once again, the Shylons up top again. They are showing up on the radar though. I see this formation right here. This goes in with the formation of these dudes, so it must be them. I wonder if you can shoot them. I just wonder why there's no targeting sign around them. Oh, this one had LRMs apparently. Now we go into orbit. This is nice. Look at this spaceship with 4 big boy dropships on it. Not bad. There's the Saber Cat. Maybe that's one of the capital ships. And now we're in the mech lab. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Sit back and relax, guys. This might take a little bit. So, first screen of the mech lab. Left hand side. Statistics on our mech Timberwolf. Type heavy. There's a tonnage usage. Firepower, stats, jump height, total armor, hit capacity, speed, max range, cooling, and DPS. All of that makes it so that newer players will have an easier idea of knowing like what this mech is all about and what its strengths and weaknesses are. Right hand side tells you what the armaments are and where those armaments are located. For example, we've got 2 ballistics /general slots in the use right now with 2 machine guns, CT and right torso. energy, ER large, left arm and right arm, 2 ER mediums, left arm and right arm, 1 medium pulse in the left torso, 2 double heatsinks located left arm, right arm, LRM ammo left torso and right torso, machine gun ammo on the right torso, and then we've got the melee lower arm slot and the missile general slot, 2 LRM 20s in left torso and right torso, of course being those pods right here. Then we've got buttons to what the hell? I just went too far. Hang on. I went too far. No, go back. Buttons for edit loadout, for viewing the mech info, for editing, of course, the mech camouflage pattern, editing the weapon groups. You will be able to rename your mech as well. Okay, carefully moving forward into the next screen. Now the mech lab is completely different from what we've had so far. As you can see, it is not any way like Mechwarrior Online or Mechwarrior 5 Mercs. This is pretty much, as far as I can see that, focused around omnipods. So you have to think don't think of it as like a full mech anymore, you just think in terms of omnipods and open slots within those omnipods. So, for example, this number up here, 6 out of 6, is 6 slots out of 6 used, you can't put anything into this head. 12 out of 12 used on the right torso, you can't put anything in. Legs, arms for example, 8 out of 12 used, you have 4 open slots where you can put stuff, for example, a heatsink. Now, I wonder how many slots are getting used by these weapons. Because I think this is the slot allocation right here. So 4 slots are getting used by the LRM-20, 1 slot's getting used by the machine gun. That would make sense. Same thing on the left torso, 4 slots are being used by the LRM-20, 1 by the medium pulse laser. Then there's 1 slot being used by the LRM ammo, and I don't know what the rest of the slots are being used for. Components, probably. Engine would be 2 slots, right? Clan XL engine. It shows you what kind of omnipod set is currently equipped. It shows you what kind of structure you have, in this case endo steel, armor type ferrofibers. Of course, this would be the same for most clan mechs, I would say. It shows you the engine, in this case it's a Clan XL 375, and your heatsink type, which is going to be double heatsinks. I wonder if you're going to be able to pilot either inner sphere mechs and then use clan tech with them, or if there's going to be like clan battle mechs as well. We'll see. But what I can tell you from this is that you won't be able to change the engine, or the structure, or the armor type, or the heatsink type. So this is going to be, as far as I can tell, this is going to be locked. Because this is clan tech, I mean this is basically what you expect from clans. What else can we talk about? Let's see. All of these omnipods are currently prime omnipods, but you will be able to change the omnipods. There's also a button to just strip the whole mech. And you will have to pay for some stuff if you don't have it, with your Kerensky credits, whatever those are called. Alright, moving on. Now we can look at omnipod sets. And this is interesting. So you can just equip the whole omnipod set, apparently, or singular omnipods from those. For example, you've got the prime omnipod set, you've got the alpha omnipod set. Difference between those would be the alpha only gets 3 hard mounts or 3 critical slots for missiles in the right torso. The prime gets 4. It also drops a machine gun or ballistics hardpoint, but it gets 4 hardpoints for general stuff, which could be heatsinks or could be ammo, I think. Yeah, because double heatsink has the same icon as streak ammo, so this is like general equipment, I would say. Arms are the same. Left torso is also the same, so the torso has energy hardpoints instead of the prime ballistics hardpoint. Anything special going on there? The Timberwolf S would have ballistics hardpoints in the right torso and left torso, but also cutting down on the missile hardpoints or the missile space. The Delta Omnipod set gives you 7 slots for missiles, so that could be I'm guessing more than 1 launcher, maybe like 2 15s for the LRMs. I'm just guessing now. What I also find interesting is there's a couple of models here that we haven't seen in Mechwarrior Online, and if I remove myself, there is the Timberwolf WAR, the Warrant Omnipod set. Of course, that is a hero mech in Mechwarrior Online, so we'll be able to get our hands on that apparently as well. And the Warrant, for example, has 6 critical slots for ballistics, the left arm, and 4 in the left torso and 4 in the right torso. So you can have some fun with that. This one currently equipped is the C Omnipod set. This one has a UAC 5, LRM 15, ER large, ER medium laser. This is the Timberwolf B set currently equipped. That one has a Gauss rifle in the right arm, large pulse, small pulse laser in the left arm, SM4 Artemis in the right torso, LRM10 Artemis in the left torso. These mechs are all over the place. Also, what I don't like here is that what's currently equipped is not shown on the screen right now. Maybe it's because he hasn't clicked on it yet. Because this is still the I believe prime loadout with the machine gun here. Is this gonna change? Oh, did it change? And no, it did not, but it didn't change it. Now this is the Timberwolf N type. This one has double ER PPCs, double LRM 15s, and 4 machine guns. So this did not. This whole screen didn't update because this should be just 1 PPC hard mount here and here. You should see that. So maybe that's something that I don't have in the game yet. This graphics so far did not update to reflect what kind of weapons are equipped on the mech. The LRM-15s are up there, yeah, but I don't see the machine guns and I don't see the PPCs. I still see the lasers here and here. And here. Okay, did it just refresh? What was that? What was that button that he pressed? Ah, now he's removing everything from the mech. And now it's updated. Now everything is removed. Now the missile pods are gone, the lasers are gone, there's nothing here anymore. Okay. Alright. Now what? So you can also click on these slots and get a bigger version of it. And now you see, okay, well, we have fixed structure slots right here. You've got your gyro, you've got your engine right here. These are fixed equipment, you can't remove them, that's why there's a lock on them. So you have 1 general slot available right here in the center torso. Okay. Then you can also bring up the Omnipods, and now you can say, okay, well, what's the center torso on the Prime, what do I get on the Alpha, what do I get on the Charlie, and then you can basically mix and match your Omnipods as you want. For example, the Alpha will have an ER small laser slot in the CT, the Charlie will have an ER medium laser in the CT with that Omnipod, and of course, it's an energy / general slot, so you could just put whatever weapon you want to put in there, as long as it has the 1 slot requirement, right? There's the ER small laser. Low powered energy weapon with short range and low damage. 0.5 tons, 5 damage, 14.63 rounds per minute, 1.22 DPS, heat, max range 400 meters, laser duration 1 second. So you have the stats right there as well. Nice. If you want to buy that, 4,500 Kerensky bucks. They removed that up here. This is a story progression thing, I think, or something, because otherwise you would see it. Also showing us what you can get in terms of like weapon systems. Let's have a quick look. Clan ER large laser, ER small laser, medium pulse laser, tag, interesting, that could be nice with some LRM builds. ER medium laser, flamer, and small pulse laser. Active probe, ferrofibrous armor pod. What? So there is a ferrofibrous armor pod and a ferrofibrous armor pod half. Can you add these on top? Can you get more armor? Let's see, do we scroll over to the side maybe? Does he scroll over? No, unfortunately not. I can see a targeting computer over here, it's targeting computer Mark 1, and some other ferrofibrous armor pod for 2000, that may be a quarter pod. Well, we'll have to see what these do. Right torso is now selected, and we see more weapon systems and more loadouts. Primary torso is going to have an LRM-20. The LRM-20 is going to take 4 critical slots. Streak SM6 takes 2, Streak SM Ammo 1, general slots is the 1 free slot of course, LRM-15 2 slots. it also shows you what's linked together. So for example, it shows you the streak is linked to the streak ammo. That those two go together. That makes sense. It doesn't show it though for the LRM ammo. Ah, I see what happened there. So basically they put, this is a missile slash general slot. So they put the SRM ammo into that missile slash general slot. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, so the streak ammo could just be down here. Like it wouldn't mean anything. Okay, good to know. Charlie also has an anti-missile system, apparently. And the Timberwolf N right torso is gonna have 2 missile general slots, 2 ballistic slots, and 1 energy slot. The general is always apparently implied for the weapon slots. Okay. It also shows you how much armor that particular Omnipod is gonna have. I wonder if the Omnipods are gonna differ in armor as well. Like if they have less available weapon slots, will it have more armor? Okay, let's see what else we can see. We talked about that. Now we have a Timberwolf, General Timberwolf with a Delta right torso, 2 Streak SRM6, and 2 tons of ammo. Short-range missile system that fires 6 guided missiles can only be fired with a missile lock. 360 meters max range. Yep, those are streaks. And it gets, of course, progressively more expensive the more stuff you put in there. Okay, now we're selecting missiles. Okay, here's the filthy pleasure for all you Mechwarrior missile fans. LRM-10, LRM-15. So LRM-10 takes 1 slot, LRM-15 takes 2 slots, LRM-20 takes 4 slots. They also have different tonnages. And these tonnages, I think, are completely different from Mechwarrior Online or Mechwarrior 5 Mercs. LRM-10 is 2.5 tons, LRM-15 3.5 tons, LRM-20 is 5 tons. LRM-5, 1 ton. Narc Beacon is available, SRM plus Artemis is available, 2, 4, and 6. LRM-10, 15, 20, and 5 plus Artemis is available. Artemis will increase the number of critical slots that you need to equip the Artemis system, which increases makes the grouping of the missiles more tight by 1. So you have to use 1 more critical slot to get the Artemis system in. SM2, SM4 is 1 slot, SM6 probably also going to be 1 slot. Does it scroll over? Yes, SM6 is also 1 slot, 1.5 tons. So this is straight from Mechwarrior Online, the tonnage. The right tonnage for Clan? Okay, I stand corrected then. Let's see, anything else? What is that? And streaks are over here. SRM, that is streaks, right? Yeah, but we can't tell which one. This probably goes streak 2 for the price of 6,000. Okay, moving on. We've seen that. SSM2 for 6,000. There we go, that's what I said. Anything else we should talk about? Let's see. Also gives you warnings. Says SRM6 requires ammo, but none is equipped. So if you don't have ammo equipped for weapons, it gives you a warning for that. That's good. That way you're not sad as you're on the battlefield and go like, click, click, why am I not firing? Okay, so we got the left torso now. Putting some SRM6 in there. And then that's it. Then we just have this cool animation of the Timberwolf breaking through the doors. Which looks kind of cool, not gonna lie. I just don't like the... Hang on, I just don't like the mech movement sound. Hang on, let's get some volume in here. Listen to this. To me, this is a personal taste again. I think it's too high pitched. Like the bass is fine, but like the step sounds too high pitched, clinky to me, in my opinion. Could be a little bit deeper. And then right here, there apparently is a mech star in this mission, but the mech star is just sitting on the sidelines. This is a trial of position or whatnot. You have to defeat your trial opponents. 2 out of 3 are defeated. This is the last guy. Summoner, CT, very damaged. I wonder why this is in light blue. Makes no sense. Also makes no sense why this is, like, we've talked about this. Should be like twisted around. In every Mechwarrior game, the left and right thing gets shuffled around a little bit, so unfortunately we'll have to see what that is going to be in the end. I don't see any new mech types right now. This is apparently played either with a console or with a console controller, because we see console inputs everywhere. Poof, goes the particular weasel. Well, the new Unreal Engine looks great. This new Unreal Engine looks great. The other guy is cooking a little bit, and this gentleman right now is angry, and that's why he goes for an alpha strike, and that just looks damn cool and damn nice. And if you get this kind of graphics fidelity in the game later on, it would be amazing. I'm really happy that they switched to the new Unreal Engine in mid-development. I think that was a really nice move. That should give us some very cool graphics and some great performance. Fingers, of course, crossed. Well, there you have it. This was my in-depth analysis of the Mechwarrior 5 Clans trailer that was released on Gamescom. I hope there were a couple of things in there that you didn't notice, and if that was the case, let me know in the comments. Also, if you noticed something that I completely missed, which is absolutely possible, let us know in the comments below so other people can see what kind of little details might have been missed as well. Hope this video was helpful to you. And of course, we'll be playing Mechwarrior 5 Clans. Once it releases, we're going to do it as a group so we can have some fun with friends, because Mechwarrior 5 Mercs was best enjoyed with friends. I think this game will be best enjoyed with friends as well. And hey, if you're playing Mechwarrior 5 Clans, by the way, this is for people that have never played any Mechwarrior game so far. Mechwarrior 5 Clans is going to be a single player or co-op experience. If you then want to take your battle mechs, or your mechs in general, whether it's Clan Omni mechs or Innisphere battle mechs, and actually fight against other players, then I highly recommend you check out Mechwarrior Online on MWOmercs.com, which is a free-to-play PvP Mechwarrior game that we of course all play and enjoy. Thank you so much, supporters. Couldn't do it without you. If you want to join Team TTB, check out the join button right here on YouTube, super thanks button in the comment section, or of course the links to Patreon or the merch store listed in the video description.